Hello.
Hi.
Wonderful, you got in the habit of changing name. I'm so proud of you. Mr. Matthew, hello.
Hello,
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you very much. So, Matthew, would you mind if we go over basics, which is basically the stages of a sales call?
Yeah, we can do that, no problem.
Cool. So happy, so happy. In the meantime, while I'm opening my Miro board, do you remember what stages, or at least how many stages a sales call has? I'm talking
Four,
specifically about the hmm?
yeah, four main stages and more, or 4 or 5 main stages and then smaller stages.
5.
5, 4, right?
Just no, just I was noting no to 6. 4, no, it's fine.
Okay.
Let me show you. So you have 5 main stages.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have, well, you can say 6 when it comes to the discovery part. And then you have 3 when it comes to the last part, which is basically sales. So, do you guys know or remember what to do or what to say or what, generally speaking, pre-frame is?
Well, pre-frame supposed to be just the beginning of the sales call. So there you should ask maybe 1 or 2 basic questions and then do transition to the discovery. Right.
Okay, and why is pre-frame so important?
Because you show your prospect that you are the one who is leading the call, and also you are setting the agenda for this call. So you let your prospect know what is going on, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, are you able to show us an example, or should I give you guys an example? If you
I
know
can.
how to, just raise your fucking hand. I want Pocahontas to also use her brain. She's only just listening right now.
Okay.
Pocahontas, we went over it. Yes, Pocahontas.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, thank you. Just to let you know how this call is gonna go, I'm gonna see where you are, where you wanna go, and see if we are a good fit for each other. So if you don't mind, let's dive in.
I will remove if you don't mind, and I will add, I'm just gonna ask you a couple of questions, and then you can say to figure out where you are, where you want to go.
Okay.
Because like you will. If you don't say that, they like, okay, how are you gonna figure out where I am, where I want to go? Like sure they can think of it, but like you want to limit the amount of brain they need to utilize, especially when it comes to just the beginning of the call. Okay, Matthew, do you want to give another example if you can?
Yes, I can do this transition which I'm using on my calls, which
Please.
you. Okay, so Ernest, the main goal of this call is just to learn more about your real estate business and how we can help you reach your goals. So today I'm going to ask you a couple of questions to better understand 3 important things. I would love to explore what has been working well for your business, areas where you might be facing challenges, and any specific goal you have for your growth. From there, if I can see we can help you, I'll show you what we do. If I don't see we can, I'll be the first one to let you know. Sounds good?
See, it's fine. So, discovery. One of the, I would say, most important things right after pre-frame. Do you guys know why discovery is so important? Or what does discovery allow you to do throughout the call or just by the end of the call?
To find their pain points.
Hmm?
To find their pain points.
One of those things, yes. What else?
What kind of person you're dealing with.
Okay, what else? I like how this is the first one where Matthew just shuts the fuck up and doesn't know. Okay, one of the most important aspects, obviously, besides that you can, for example, find the main point, it just simply allows you to gather data or information that is crucial for you to, first of all, understand where is the prospect in, where do they want to go, are they even able to do it currently on their own, and simply numbers that will allow you to calculate, first of all, how much are they making, so how much can charge them, because the last thing you want to do is undercharge or overcharge, because in some cases, if you undercharge, people will pursue value of it, and if you're going to overcharge, people just not going to be able to afford it, especially if someone has a bad financial mindset. And by the end of the day, if you do your discovery properly, people will also understand that you're crucial for their success, that you can, for example, either just simply help them in their current situation or just speed the whole process up. And it will allow you to just simply pre-handle certain objections that may occur in the middle or after the presentation. Any questions, any additions to it? All right. Then pitch/presentation. What is crucial that you need to do while you're showing, for example, the presentation? Or let me ask an easier question. How long should it take to open a presentation? Matthew, I'm thinking of one of your cases.
Just a few seconds. Ideal scenario, it's just have the presentation open in background and then just quickly switch to the presentation.
Yes. If you open it in a public view link, it's also going to be, you can also save it in a full screen. So what is crucial when it comes to presenting the presentation? It's also one of the 25 laws that you guys may be familiar with. I can see Pocahontas thinking.
Show knowledge.
Not really what I meant, but sure. In that case, what else? Okay, Matthew, do you have an idea?
Well, one of the most important things during presentation is just to connect all in the presentation with the prospect goals. So, for example, they want to make more money. So in the presentation, you're going to connect what you're going to do and with the end result, which is getting them more deals and make more money.
Yes. And also to have a conversation, not only a checklist.
Yeah.
Because if you're just going to go through the presentation without utilizing any information you have gathered in the discovery, first of all, the information will be then kind of useless. Second of all, the prospect is just not gonna listen. It's similar to if you were doing an essay in school, or you said, or let's say you had a class project, and you will have people in the middle of the class who have memorized everything that they have learned about, and they, for example, give something to all the people in the class that they can look at or they can touch, and in the meantime they are also explaining. That's more engaging. Everyone actually listens, everyone is interested. Then you also have different kind of people where obviously you have also people who just never fucking did anything, but there is also the other part of people where they would just simply stand in front of the class and read a piece of paper, not engaging to shit. Like after 30 seconds, my brain would just shut down. I would just look into thin air and just count seconds to see when is the suffering gonna end. This is by the end of the day how your prospect will feel. Because even if it makes a lot of sense, if you're not able to present it in an interesting manner, or in a manner that they will understand, okay, it connects to everything I do, then they will very often see this either as not worth their time, or they will just simply not understand, okay, do I really, like, is there a need for me to have it? So what is clarifying and answering questions, and what's the benefit of it? These kids speak to me.
Just making sure you handled all the objections, and that afterwards it's not about, it's the only problem could be money.
You can formulate it like this, yeah, Matthew?
Well, basically something very similar. Just want to let your prospect ask any questions the prospect has, and also clarify everything for him to, like, everything makes sense for him. And it's let's say something like pre-handle the objections after you say price to your prospect, because you answer all the questions the prospect has.
Yes, and what does it allow you to do? I give you a hint. It's connected to what I'm currently doing. Really? Nothing? No one?
Gives you the authority again.
Hmm?
It gives you more authority afterwards.
Good to know that I'm presenting authority while smoking, but no, that's not what I meant. It eliminates smoke screens. Vaping, smoke. What I was doing, smoking, huh? Huh? No? Do you guys know what smoke screens are?
Basically objections, because you need, objection is basically just a smoke screen that the prospect doesn't have enough information, or doesn't trust you, your service, your company, or anything like that.
Not really. Like, partially agreed. So initially what a smoke screen is an objection that is non-existent. That can occur, for example, due to dishonesty, or due to misinformation, or just missing information. Because by the end of the day, one of the most common smoke screens is, oh, I need more time, or, oh, I need to think about it. Because by the end of the day, if someone tells you, oh, I need to think about it, okay, absolutely fine. What is it that you need to think about? Because here, that's why it's so important as well. Here, you can literally pre-handle most of the objections, unless it's finances. But then in this case, you should have also not showed him the pricing. So why would he know that there is an issue with finances if he has not seen it? Because by the end of the day, even if someone tells you I need to think about it, absolutely fine. But realistically speaking, I'm the only source of information you have. So what is that you need to think about? Maybe I can help. So asking for the sale, here it's just simply important to also do the ROI breakdown, which is, if I'm not mistaken, the last slide of your sales presentation, because this is gonna simply make the prospect understand how the ROI works and how what is that you're doing is also short term and long term and not short term, which is basically just gonna open their eyes from a short vision to a longer perspective. On the basis that you're gonna do this correctly, you can easily handle any other objections that they may have. Granted, there is a chance they will not have any, and then you can simply close the deal. In the closing deal, it's either a simple payment link, or in some cases, you also just simply need to go over the contract with people on the call, in case they don't have any questions about the contract. So do you guys have any questions about any of those stages?
Maybe only the last one, like you mentioned, the contract. You need to send payment link and also contract to your prospect. So it's better to do it directly on a sales call, or you can also do it on onboarding.
No,
Okay.
you should do it on the sales call.
Okay.
Especially the payment link. I don't really care about the contract.
Yeah, for sure, payment. Yeah, I'm asking about the contract. I know that payment has to be like immediately on the
In
sales
some cases, people will just, before they pay, they want to see the contract. So the easiest way for you to do so, because otherwise they will simply fuck off from the call. You can simply just open the contract and be like, sure, zero issues, I need to adjust it anyways. So let's just go over it. If you're gonna have any questions, I'm more than happy to clarify them. Then you just read the contract for them as if they will be retarded. Because then they can actually ask questions.
Okay.
Because again, if you're not gonna do that, it's an easy way out for them out of the call.
Yes.
Okay, any other questions to any of the...
What would be like, what if they say it's too much? It's not good to go down with your price, but...
I mean, pricing-wise.
Yeah.
You can, technically speaking, adjust the pricing, but then explain to them, look, more than happy to do less upfront, but then with all due respect, Nika, would you prefer to be fucked upfront or in the end?
Neither.
I think you have been enough in the business world to understand that this is not how it works. Look, I'd be more than happy to adjust it a little bit based on what is that you can afford. But then realistically speaking, I will need to make my money by the back end. And by the end of the day, you're going to be happy. I'm going to be happy, because in order for me to be paid, I need you to get the results. So what is it that you can afford upfront? How much do you to have today available? And you will do?
First month. And the rest in the first month.
Either that, or if they're not going to be able to pay it in the first month, what you will do is just take the build-up fee of whatever they have, and then you will need to put the retainer higher. And you can either just leave it like this, or you can, for example, calculate how much did you went lower, then spread it over, for example, 1 or 2 months. And the first 2 retainers that are going to kick in are going to be higher for equivalence of this amount. And then it's going to come back to a, for example, lower or normal retainer. Because the last thing you want to do is give someone a discount. Because you don't respect something that you get discount on.
True.
Okay, so let's say your pricing is, let's say 3,000 setup fee, 1,000 monthly retainer. So in that case, when prospect can allow the whole price, what you can do? You can just do, for example, 1,000 setup fee. If
We
you can,
can do role play. So Matthews, it's very easy. The initial investment is 4,000, then the ad spend is 1,000, which again doesn't go to us, it goes to Meta, so it's also going to cost you maybe $33 per day. So you're just gonna drink 2 less coffees a day, and then we're gonna switch to a retainer of 1,000 after 2 months.
yeah, but that's too much for me. I can't afford it right now.
Okay. What do you mean specifically? Because now you have mentioned 2 different things. One is it's too much for me. The other one is I cannot afford it right now. What is it you can afford?
Like the build-up fee, it's too high for me.
Okay. How much do you currently have, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, actually, right now I'm in a not really good situation, so I'm able to invest, let's say, 1,000.
Okay. Look, everyone has been in tough situations, but then by the end of the day, do you generally believe that if we will start, you will get out of this tough situation?
Yeah, I believe that because your service looks really good, and I really believe that it can help me to make more money and get more deals for my business.
Okay, absolutely fine. And then do you generally believe that I want to make this work for you?
Yes.
Okay. The ad spend, there is not much I can do about that because that's the industry standard, that's the minimum we need to start with.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the build-up fee, technically speaking, I could change it, but then just so you understand, I will need to get the money that I'm gonna go lower for somewhere in the backend. Is that fine from your end?
So you mean that, let's say, after I close my first deal, you want your money back, right?
Nope, I don't have a real estate license, so this will not be allowed, even as a marketing agency. However, what I can do, or what I'm thinking of, is you said you're currently 1,000 disposable.
Yes.
Then let's start with the 1,000. The ad spend is again something you need to take care of. Then, as I said, after 2 months, it's going to change to a retainer model. And instead of 1,000, I will just simply make it 1.5 in the first month. In the second month, it will be 1.5 as well. And then we will just come back to 1,000.
Yeah, but now we just cover like from 4,000 setup fee.
Oh, sure. You said 4,000. I said 4,000. My bad. Then you just
You still,
calculate the.
okay,
I fucked up. It was supposed to be 2.5.
2.5. Okay, so the way how to do that is always through retainer. So not just like, let's say, if they're gonna close their first deal
No,
without.
because that's illegal to. It's illegal to take a provision of the realtor.
Yeah, okay.
You don't have a license, and by the end of the day, they're gonna feel bad when you're gonna take provision of their clothes.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah, you
so
just need to calculate what can you do in the backend.
okay, so the way how to do that is basically just go down with a setup fee, let's say from 3,000 to 1,000, but then uh, when retainer kicks in, just do higher retainer for like, let's say a couple of months to get those money back.
Preferably in 1 or 2 months,
Yeah.
unless this is something that they are not able to afford, then spread it over like more months.
Okay, good.
Okay, what other questions do you guys have? Okay, on this I can see you thinking.
The branding aspect, how would you promote that?
With your microphone cut off in the beginning.
Oh, sorry. The branding aspect, how would you promote that?
Elaborate and promote it.
Would you already start about it on the cold call or in the sales call? At what point would you?
You mentioned it in the cold call. And then throughout the sales call, you have presentation that focuses itself on the branding. Okay, Andres, have you even opened your sales presentation? Have you fulfilled the homework I gave you?
Yes.
I'm so confident in saying I can find that fucking Zoom recording I have with you, where I have on the chat the homework I gave you. The homework of adjusting your sales presentation.
Open it.
Your sales presentation is in your onboarding package that you should also have bookmarked.
Yes, but I just see I have the old one, so. God damn it.
Can I have one question while she's looking for the presentation?
Yeah.
Okay, so during discovery, let's say that the prospect is, let's say, leading the team, or he's a part of the team, but let's say he's leading the team. What exactly you need to ask him about the team? Like what information you need to gather from the prospects?
But Nika, by the way, it is on your old onboarding package. I have just adjusted the whole onboarding package. I have literally double checked. To answer your question, you need to understand if what is that you're gonna do is gonna affect the team, if he wants it for himself or the team, and also if there is any co-team leader or if he's the main team leader. And also,
yes.
And also on the basis that he's gonna be willing to have it for his team, if he's also gonna take a provision on that, because that's also nice to calculate. Because then you also want to understand how much is he getting from his team, because then you can also ask him, okay, like what's the goal? Is it for you to make the team work for you, or you also want to do sales yourself?
So
similar to the one time where we did role play and you were
yeah,
you were also a team leader, and then I made the calculation on how much you can make with your team, how much can you make on your own. Yes, it was higher on your own, but it was a difference of 50,000, which will be less than you will make with one deal. So on the basis that you will do everything, that your team will work, even with the lower number than you are, you will still get the money that was your goal. And on the basis that you will close one deal in a period of 12 months, you will still get over your goal.
So the most important questions in that case are if he is the team leader, key decision maker, and if he wants our service just for himself or for team. And in the scenario, if he wants that for his team, I also need to understand the numbers behind the team. Like how many leads can they handle per month? How many deals can they close? Close rate, money at all, how much they
and obviously the size of the team. Because there is a difference if you're gonna, for example, say, oh, my team can handle 100 leads and it's one person. Or if you're gonna say, my team can handle 100 leads and it's 10 people.
And also provision. If he has any provision from that, okay.
He should.
Yeah, okay.
Because then why is he building a team if he doesn't make money with it?
Sure.
Pocahontas, have you found it?
Found the presentation and everything, but I was just looking to the niche script, and it is the same, so I think I'll have to adjust it a little bit.
Give me 1 second. There was a translator that gave you the wrong one. I'm gonna send it on the chat here, okay? Or not. I don't know what just happened with the document. Wait a second, I think it's downloading. Hey, it was downloading. It's loading. Here we go. It's in the chat. But yes, Nikita, to answer your Pocahontas, to answer your question, you mentioned on a cold call. That's why it's more attractive to people. And then your presentation basically explains it.
Okay.
Good to know that you have not finished your homework. Please change the logo on the presentation, adjust it to your colors, and also fill in the emptiness on slide number 4, 7, 9, and 11. If you want to, I can again send you the screenshots of what you should put on slide number 7, 9, and 11.
Yeah, maybe just to be sure.
Matthew, do we have it in the chat by any chance? Because I think I have it
I'm
in
not
the
sure.
chat.
I'm not sure because I asked you on a call also. So probably, yeah, probably you just showed me on a call.
Okay, give me 1 second. Never mind, I found it. Okay, what other questions do you guys have? I'll just send it on your WhatsApp.
That's it for today.
Cool. So Pocahontas, that's your homework. Matthew. I have the homework for you.
Yeah, I still need to finish or adjust those things from presentation, from reviewing my sales call yesterday.
Cool. Oh, like the follow button and stuff like that.
Yeah, follow bio and what was that? Icons in
Yes.
story highlights.
Then please do that. Then we can wrap it up sooner, and then you both have a homework.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Then I see you guys next time.
Yeah. So for next week, I actually scheduled one training call for next week because I fucked up with date on Calendly. So now with the new link, do I need to close that or cancel that meeting and schedule a new one? Or it doesn't really matter?
No, it's fine. The difference was that so I created the event and I created it on the wrong host. So I created it on my personal. So it blocks time in my personal.
Yeah.
That was literally the only thing. But now you have the right link, so you could just schedule everything on the right link.
Okay, so let me just check the calendar. And I booked in this training call for Wednesday next week. So for other days, I'm gonna use the new booking link, but